Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you are joining here for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My channel is all about hair, health, and beauty. And in this particular series, I am talking all things cosmetology school. So this is Cosmetology School Secrets Exposed. Or maybe, that sounds so dramatic. Exposed, like what? Cosmetology secrets you should know. So in the last video, I talked about what you should know before going to cosmetology school. I talked about how to select your school, what you will basically learn in cosmetology school, why it's important, what's not important, and all of those things. So if you have not checked out part 1 of my cosmetology school series videos, I will have that linked either in the description box, somewhere here, or somewhere, okay? At the end of the video, I know for sure at the end of the video. So you can go through the entire cosmetology school hours, you can do all of the things, but if you do not pass your state board, it does not matter because you are not licensed. There's actually a large percentage of hairstylists or people who are doing other things that finish cosmetology school but did not take their state board. To me, that's like running a race, getting to the finish line and saying, you know what, I don't even care about this race no more. Like, you already ran it. You're at the finish line. Just go through. So, and I'm not saying it's that easy, but I'm just saying if you put forth the time, the effort, the cost, or whatever it took you to go to cosmetology school, you might as well finish. So if you are one of the girls that finished cosmetology school, you're thinking, should I get my license? Should I even go to state board? Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. What did Nike say? Just do it. Okay. And look where they are now. So here's what I'm trying to say. So just go ahead and get your license. Go ahead and go ahead and take your state board. Trust me. Just do it. It's okay if you do not pass it the first time. It's okay if you are not a good test taker. Neither was I, or neither am I. It's okay if you haven't been to cosmetology school in a while. Like, there is a way. The tips that I'm going to give you today, these are tips that are for the girls that have not been in cosmetology school for a long time, people that are in cosmetology school about to graduate, thinking about going to if you have any correlation or any relation to cosmetology school, this video is for you. Trust me. I went to cosmetology school in October 2022. I finished cosmetology school in November 2023. I took my state board in November 2023 and I passed on the very first try, both my practical and my theory. And I am going to tell you what I did and what helped me to pass. Are y'all ready? The requirement is you pass both a practical and a theory. Theory is usually the question test. Practical is typically the test that's in person. However, but practical is also taken on a computer. Both of those tests are on the computer, but the practical test is more practical related, and the theory test is just the questions. I will insert a video on TikTok about when I took the test and passed and how I felt and all those things. Okay, we got to this point. Because we're in this together. We are here to take our state board. Here we go. So what do you think I did? Do you think I passed? Or do you think I'm going to have to take it again? I passed! Stay tuned for part 2 after I take the theory test. All right, here we go. It's Friday and I'm getting ready to take my theory. And I'm super nervous. I don't know if I'm more nervous because I passed my practical. Like, I feel like it's silly. I feel like it's silly if I don't pass. So I'm kind of putting pressure on myself. I'm really nervous if you can't tell. Okay, so here we go. I'm getting ready to take my theory test. I think this one is 100 questions. My practical test was 75. Theory is 100 questions. Here we go. Okay, guys. All right, it took me an hour, and I passed. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I am so excited and so happy. Thank y'all for being with me on this journey, and more to come. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at hairvolutions and YouTube at hairvolutions, because I'm gonna have a lot of amazing things to come. I'm so excited for this next step in my journey, in my career, and yeah. All right, guys. This right here, you need to have this every single day. Well, first of all, we had to bring this book to school every single day when we were in cosmetology school. Every day we went to school, we had to have this book. And yes, it's a little, it's like, okay, now as you guys can see, I got my tabs. I would write the chapter in the front, and in the back, I would write what that chapter was on. So chapter 1, history and career. 2, life skills. 3, professional image. Communicating. Yes, communicating. You know what's ironic? And I might do this in another video, but a lot of the stuff that's in this book, a lot of hairstylists are not doing these days. And that's some of y'all do not want to go to the hair salon. And I get it. Because I was reading this. I was like, wait a minute. It talks about how your breath needs to not stink. How you need to not stink. Now, obviously, that's common sense. But listen, at the end of every chapter, there are review questions. Study tools, chapter glossary. I'll use this book to study and prepare for my state board. Obviously, because I read it, you have to read it. But what I mean specifically is I took advantage of the material in the book. So I would actually write out the review question and find the answer and write it down. I wrote it down. I would literally write down the answers. I feel like I'm a visual learner, but I also like to hear it. And then sometimes I do like to read it. So I like to do all of the things. And I did all of the things. Now, why is it important to answer the review questions? Because even though these aren't necessarily the questions that are on state board, the review questions help you to understand the concept. If you understand the concept and you are being asked a question about scalp care, you will be able to answer based on your overall understanding of scalp care. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I don't know if this is every cosmetology school, but at the school I went to, so after the 1,000 hours, we were able to start at chapter 1 and take the test and take them. Once I got an 85 or 75% on chapter 1, then she would give me chapter 2 test, and I was able to do that in the beginning before the salon actually opened to take clients. So I was able to practice with the school test, practice my review questions, and I have some more hacks for you. Guys, if you are on YouTube right now, guess where you can go to get more help? Ding, 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 ding. YouTube. Oh my goodness. I am going to link below all of the channels that helped me when I was studying for my state board. There might be some newer channels out there or some different channels out there, but I will give you an example of what I searched in YouTube to find these channels. For example, the book is called Milady. So I would search Milady chapter 5. And basically, whatever chapter you're struggling with, just search that. You will find some channels or some videos really help you to understand. There are some very, very, very talented teachers out there that are very good at helping you to understand even the most difficult concept or the most difficult chapter. It's like chapter 5, infectious control. Let me see if I'm right. Infection control, principles and practice. I'm telling y'all, cosmetology school is all about how to pass the state board, and how to be clean. Okay, chapter 5. You need to know chapter 5. Okay, chapter 5. One of the channels that I know for sure that I used faithfully was Beauty International School. What they would do is they would go over a test, like a chapter 5 test. And what I would do is the lady would read the question and I would pause the YouTube video and I would try to answer it. If I got the answer wrong, then I would do research on that particular topic. So practical used to be where you actually have your mannequin, you bring all the stuff in a suitcase, you have to take it out, you have to do 1, 2, 3, they say polish a nail, or they tell you a question. And I'm so sorry, the disrespect. I forgot to mention, every single Tuesday, my cosmetology school would practice practical. Oh, I hated it so much. I don't know why, but we had to bring our big old suitcase. We didn't know what questions our teacher was going to ask, and they would just say, they would read the question just like they would in state board or before the computer part. And they would say, today's question is, how will you handle someone cutting the ear? What are the steps? But we had to actually perform the service. And that was just like, it gave me so much anxiety. I don't know why. I don't like being put on the spot, even though everybody was taking the test. I don't know. But we would practice every single Tuesday, the practical test. So that also helped. So hopefully your school has a great program to help you to pass. They should, because remember in the first video I talked about that. So anything that you need help on in cosmetology school, just search it in YouTube or on YouTube. Search it. It's going to help you. You will find different channels. You will find what you are looking for if you search for it. Again, I will leave the different channels that I personally looked at that I feel helped me to pass my state board in the description box. The other site that I use was called, I believe it's called the Cosmetology Guru. Okay, no, it's just called Cosmetology Guru, Guru. I will leave their website down below. Now they do have free version of helping you, but I ended up just paying for the full version because y'all, I took, it is embarrassing. This is why. So I think, I don't remember if my husband found this site for me because he's so sweet. He was like really trying to encourage me and make, you know, and help me to pass the test. So I can't remember if I was like complaining about something and then he found it, or if he just randomly found it, or if I found it. But anyways, make a long story short, so he's reading he's reading me the question. It was the free version and it was the practice one. So he's reading me the questions. I take the test and I'm like, get my results. Tell me why I got like 40%. I was so embarrassed. I was embarrassed because he was probably like, you don't know this. Like if it were just me, I would still be like low-key embarrassed. But when he was looking at me like, oh, okay. I'm like, no, I promise I'm not that bad. So the crazy part is I took that test over and over and over and over until I got 80%. I was like, nope, I'm going to know this information. And guess what? I did. But I was saying all that to say the Cosmetology Guru, if you do end up purchasing their package, I cannot remember how much it was. I want to say it was maybe $50. But I went ahead and did the whole shebang. On the website, once you purchase, it does come with other things. Like there's other tests you can take. And then they have flashcards. They have fill in the blank. They have like all these different types of formats to learn the information. And they also have a bunch of different tests. So they kind of break the test down a little bit more than the free version did. Okay, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is the test itself. So once I got approved by my school to take the test, after I finished my hours, I scheduled the test on my own. My goal was to take theory first, or was I trying to take practical first? I don't remember, but I ended up, the date wasn't available to take one, and it was available for the other one. It does not matter which one you take first, okay? Let me just tell you. I thought it mattered. It don't matter. You know the information, you know the information. It doesn't matter what order. But let's say, for example, practical is 75 questions and theory is 125. Practical has more pictures, and theory was just straight on. Now you have to go to 2 different locations, typically. So once I scheduled my test, follow the directions. They tell you what time to be there. Literally follow the directions because they will send your butt home. Okay? Follow the directions. So I remember the first test, you walk in, you have to lock everything away, your phone, your water. Like, you can't bring your purse, of course. You cannot bring nothing into the center, into the testing center. Okay? So they have you lock everything up, and I think they let you get a cup of water from them. Like, they have like they had a water fountain. They're like, if you want some water, you can grab, one of them disposable cups and get you some water. Like, you couldn't even bring in your own water. They was like, no. So then you go in, you lock all your stuff up. You have to have your ID. And then I wear glasses. So they were like, and take your glasses off. So I had to take my glasses off, put them on like this bin. Then they looked all in my glasses. They didn't touch it. Like, they had to use sticks to make sure there was nothing in my glasses. And then I know they don't touch you, but I feel like they checked my pockets, or maybe I had to like take my pockets out. Like, I was like, dang, this is intense. And then after they pat you down, you walk inside and there's nothing but computers, and everyone is taking a test. And they could be from cosmetology school, it doesn't matter, but there was somebody else in there from something else to take a test. So there's all kind of people in there, and they're taking the test. They have like these little blinders on there. They have a camera right in front of you. And I remember before I went in, seeing someone on the side watching the people take the test. And I was like, oh, dang, y'all so serious. So you go in, you have to like put your hands down. And I think, and then your key for your locker, you have to put it in a certain spot. And they're like, put your key in the circle. So you put your key there, and you just like this, and then they tell you, and then like the computer tells you when to go, and then you take your test. Now that one, I want to say that was theory, if I'm not mistaken. And theory tells you right away. Theory is like, good job, you passed. I'm sorry, I think it was practice. Yeah. I do think it was theory. I feel like theory was like, congratulations, you passed. So, oh dang, I passed. Oh my gosh. I go outside. They verify all my information. Like, okay, just make sure you are this person. You doing this. Congratulations. Then the testing center has to send your school the notification that you passed. Now, theory was pretty much the same, but theory, like, the computer didn't tell you that you passed. You had to go outside and wait for the girl to log into her computer and tell you if you passed or not. I think one of them was like that. And I was like, are you sure I passed? Because you don't sound confident. And let me see the computer. Let me see, turn it around. It says pass. Okay. But anyways, make a long story short, you find out the same day on both that you passed or failed. Now, like I said, I passed the very first time, and I passed both the very first time. If you failed, it is okay. There is a lot of people that have failed. There's a lot of lawyers that did not pass the bar the first time, okay? There's so many people who do not, nurses. Like, there's so many people in different industries that have to take a test that did not pass the very first time. So do not beat yourself up. Like, no, don't even, it's okay. Like, just study harder, okay? Study some more. And do what I'm encouraging you to do, which is make sure you get 85% on everything you do. If you get 85% on every test you take, whether it's at school, doing the retakes, whether it's the YouTube, whether it's in the book, if you get that, you will be fine. You will pass. You will be fine. You're not going to get every question right. And trust your gut. Like, think about the information. Don't overthink it. They will try to trick you on the test. Just stay focused, trust your gut, and trust that you studied and you know the information, okay? So just take it. Just take it. If you do all of those things that I mentioned, you will pass. And congratulations. And if you do pass, if you do follow any of the tips I mentioned today, let me know in the comments, even if it's in the future, like let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions or if you want me to clarify something when I do part 3, which is you passed your test, now what? I think that's what I'm going to call that video. You passed your test, now what? Or you passed your test, what you gonna do? What to do after you passed your state board? I don't know. We're gonna call it something. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please thumbs up this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Also, I will be coming back with part 3. Make sure you have on your post notifications, or do they call it on YouTube post notifications? Subscribe. Like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time. Is it? Can y'all hear that? It is actually raining in Arizona. Like hard. In July. I'm so tired.